again for nothing sacred on it.
Yeah, an unfortunate trend in the end in conceding the goal to drop a couple points, but I think it was probably fair when you look at the way that game played out. Credit to Atlanta. They put us under a lot of pressure, certainly in the first half. When we were careless with the ball, some dangerous players that have the ability to attack 1v1, to get in the box. I thought we asked a lot of our defenders and Roman with too many of those moments where our lack of composure and just being careless on the ball didn't allow us to really move forward as a group in a more connected way. And so, the game was open at times, which is, good on one end because it allowed us some time to, some space to attack them. But on the other side, I think there's too much quality on their side with their team to be defending like that. So probably a fair result based on how we performed.
What did you see from Matt tonight in his first start with the team?
I thought Matt was strong. In the air, did a really solid job. I think the moments where Alvaro was defending wider and then the ball got into the box, I thought he defended the box very well in terms of closing and blocking crosses, and cutback balls. He read those plays really well to not allow balls to get into the box in the front of the goal. So, you could see even taking him out at 65, I think he probably could have gone longer, but with, the week that he's had and fitness, we wanted to just be smart about that. So I thought it was a strong performance.
With that goal tonight, Brandon became the first ever in club history to score in 4 consecutive games. It's his 15th of the season. Just thoughts, feelings about that?
It's what we've seen from Brandon for quite some time. So I don't think it's anything new. It's him finding ways to run in the box to get on the end of balls in behind, crosses. He's timed it well and he's done a good job of finishing off plays.
Pat, you guys came back with a pretty solid response from the first 20 minutes.
Right.
What do you think was key to that?
I think, we capitalized on a turnover on our first goal, so I think the execution in that quick transition moment was really good. Capitalized on a set piece where, Jeff in the second phase of that gets on the end of the ball that gets, into the back post and, just does a good job to get it on. I don't know if it's on frame or in front of goal for Brenner to finish it off, but it was certainly a good response. To be able to go into the break up a goal based on our performance, that was the positive, because I don't think we were strong in the first half.
What did you make then of the second half performance?
I think too similar to the first half. I think there was stretches where we had composure to advance the ball in a more meaningful way and a more disciplined way, but I just think right now, because we have attacking quality and ways to score goals quickly, we rush some of our attacks in ways where we turn the ball over and we can't get our back line, we can't get our wing backs in advanced positions, can't get Junior and Obi more connected. So when the ball turns over and plays break down, they're able to press higher up the field. I think too many times we have to retreat because of that disconnect. So we just need to manage the tempo in a more meaningful way.
Did you have a strong feeling? I know it's tough to talk about this stuff with us publicly, but did you have a strong sense one way or the other about Atlanta's second goal, whether that was off or not?
The response we got when asked about why that wasn't reviewed is because, let me make sure I get the words right. It was most likely onside. So most likely now means that we just don't even look at it. If it's most likely, that's good enough. Just to hear those words and not have a play reviewed, and those are the words from the head official, most likely. To hear that and not have the play reviewed is indicative of where we're at with these type of moments in our league. And we talk about it too much. And you know what? If they look at it and they say onsides, so be it. But to hear that response and then say we're not going to look at it with it most likely, not 100%, most likely being onside. That says it all.
So I feel like when VAR was introduced, the criteria was fairly clear and straightforward when it was introduced to this league. At this point, what is your sense of the criteria that warrants an on-field video review? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I have no idea anymore what's reviewed, what's not, why it is, why it isn't. You still have humans looking at these plays and not being able to properly assess them based on hearing those words most likely. Again, if he was on sides and they look at it, no problem. But to say most likely and then not review it says it all. So there's still human error, and there's still guys that can't analyze and assess these plays to get more of them correct. And that's across the league. It happened again to us tonight, but we're not the only ones. It's a problem league-wide.
I was just curious, was that what they told you in that moment, or I saw Chris went over?
It was what was communicated to one of our staff members, that it was most likely.
So, yeah, do you mind just a follow-up on that, Pat? Like I said, I mean, do you agree that when this was introduced to this league that it, like the criteria was clear and obvious, like to use their phrasing? How has it deteriorated?
I wish
like
I had
in this
an answer.
fashion.
I don't have an answer. I think I'm one of many that wonder why we have to talk about this so frequently, because we just can't get it right.
What was the reaction of the players after this game? I know you had mentioned just how important it is to get a home win. Yeah. This was a chance to push Atlanta further down the table, create a little separation. Just what's the response? And I guess just looking ahead, what's the significance?
As expected, disappointment. Regardless of how we played, we were still in a position late in the game to take 3 points, and we weren't able to do that. So they're disappointed.
Was there what did you see was the big difference tonight compared to a week ago? It just looked like you guys came out, looked like a completely different team.
I think they have, certainly, again, credit to Atlanta. They have a lot of quality with the ball and how they move the ball and how they're able to get creative players in danger spots to attack you. So this isn't just our inability to do something. That's a good team with good players and a good coach. And so they need credit. But I also thought, and I'll go back to a previous answer, we just need to do a better job of controlling the tempo of games, where we go too fast without the numbers to do it at times, and then we become disconnected. If we can do it in a more connected way, I think we can still create chances with the players we have on the field, with the attacking quality we have on the field. It's just managing the tempo in a more efficient way. And so I think that was the difference from Philly to tonight, was how we controlled the tempo, or weren't able to control the tempo.
I just had a question about Brenner's goal, because it seems like he's been working on those headers. Is that an area you see him improving? I know that's not necessarily his strong suit, but are you seeing that area of his game improving?
Not necessarily in terms of working on it. I just think he's a smart player and understands how to position himself to score goals. In tonight's game, he gets on the end of that redirect and then has a chance there late with a well-timed header. I just think that's his ability to time, balls from wide areas and find good spots in the box to finish off plays. Good. Thank you.
Thanks.